As we in fact bring you the latest on what is happening with the Darshan murder case, especially the Karnataka High Court is expected to pronounce its order on the interim bail plea that has been filed by the actor Darshan Togudeepa, who is currently in jail in connection with the Kumaraswamy murder case. Justice S. Vishwajit Shetty reserved the order on Tuesday regarding the interim bail application after hearing detailed arguments from the actor's legal representative, Senior Advocate C.V. Nagesh. Central Prison, where Darshan is lodged, and the head of the Department of Neurology at the Government Hospital in Ballari. Nagesh claimed that Darshan is experiencing numbness in both feet and requested permission for his surgery to be conducted at a private hospital in Mysuru, with the actor covering all associated costs. The interim bail request was opposed by the prosecutor, who argued that the medical documents lacked specifics on how many days Darshan would need hospitalization. Custody since June 11th and previously had his bail application rejected by the trial court, prompting his appeal. Now, the legal trouble surrounding Darshan stems from a murder case involving the alleged abduction and death of Kumaraswamy, a resident of Chitradurga. According to the prosecution, 33-year-old Kumaraswamy is a fan of Darshan and was tortured and killed after being abducted by the actor and his associates. He was reportedly held in a shed in Patnagere, where he suffered brutal physical abuse before his body was found dumped at a drain in Sumanahalli. Meanwhile, popular actor Yash is in trouble over the felling of trees for his latest film shoot, Toxic. Karnataka Environment Minister Eshwar Khandre has alleged that hundreds of trees were illegally cut at a forest land within the Hindustan Machine Tools premises in Peenya. Now, following this visit to the site on Tuesday, Khandre instructed the Forest Department officials to take immediate legal action against those involved in the tree cutting. Khandre pointed to satellite images showing the extensive tree cutting on the claims that it was forest land which was under HMT's jurisdiction. Now, the controversy has ignited a clash between the state government and the Union Ministry of Heavy Industries, with the Union Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy accusing the state of targeting HMT for political reasons. Kumaraswamy alleged that Khandre's actions stem from a vendetta over his plan to revive the struggling HMT facility. My colleague Vajiola, in fact, joins us over this particular controversy that has happened in Bengaluru. Vajiola, hundreds of trees were being allegedly felled. You know, we know how HMT has been a struggling institution right now, and there are several of its properties that were in fact given for during its time for expansion. But this particular land has been a scene of controversy for a long time, because they have been saying that this particular forested land, as it were, was given for commercial purposes earlier as well. Now it's been given for the movie shoot and setting up of the set over there for the movie Toxic. Hundreds of trees have been cut is what the claim is all about. Now it's become a spat between Eshwar Khandre as well as H.D. Kumaraswamy, who is saying that he's been trying to revive HMT for all the longest time. So clearly there are several angles to this, but as of now, what happens to Toxic shoot? Because the makers of Toxic might be finding themselves in a conundrum right now.
Well, the controversy between Kumaraswamy and Eshwar Khandre with regards to HMT has been going on for a very long time, and this is something with regards to the forest land that Eshwar Khandre, the forest minister, says that the HMT has been using for its own commercial purpose, and it's doing a lot of deforestation activities over there. Now, what has come to light right now is something very new, which is the film Toxic. And if you've seen the satellite visuals which we have in our possession, it clearly gives you an idea on how the forest used to be in 2013 and how it has been in the last 1 year because of this movie. An entire patch of forest land has been deforested, is what the forest department alleges. They've shown these through visuals that they've given to us, where through the satellite images of 2023, we see that there are a lot of trees over there in that particular patch where the shooting is going on. And if we see the satellite images of today, there's not a single tree over there. Now we've tried to get a reaction from the team of Toxic, and they've gone on to say that they are waiting for an entire report to come out from the forest minister, and that is when they will react, because they believe that they are using a private property, and that is why they do not have any role in the deforestation. But this has now come out to be one of the biggest controversies with regards to the HMT land, which is already in question. As you already mentioned, that there has been a conflict between Kumaraswamy and the forest department with regards to this particular land, and now this adds on to that with Eshwar Khandre showing proof that how forest land has been used for film purposes and commercial purposes. And even if it's used, what is even more shocking is how trees at a tune of hundreds have been cut, and which is a criminal act with regards to the forest department, Varghese.
Well, Vaji, now it looks like this is not a controversy that's just going to be associated with the film. It's in fact having a political controversy as well, with Kumaraswamy saying that Eshwar Khandre has been trying to take over HMT's properties in the guise of saying that the forest cover has been depleted.
Well, Varghese, we need to think of it as a reverse way. It was already a political controversy. Now, with this film adding on, it adds more salt to the wound of Kumaraswamy, who's been trying to defend the HMT, saying that yes, this land belongs to the HMT. It was sanctioned. It was given in the 1960s. But now, with the forest department doing its own due diligence and finding that there are a lot of loopholes, with 599 acres of land that has been used by the HMT for a lot of commercial purposes. They have been alleged deforestation in most of these places. So all these things that the forest department have been alleging, now the matter is also in court. But this particular controversy of the toxic film adds salt to the HMT's position, because deforestation in a forest area is one of the biggest crimes according to the forest department, because that is a protected area, environmental friendly zone. And now if trees to the tunes of hundreds are cut, an entire patch of land has been depleted, then it is very concerning to not just the environment, to the department, to almost everybody. And that is why this particular controversy will highlight a lot of loopholes that the forest department has been alleging with regards to the HMT, and it is going to spiral bound in the coming days.
Well, it's not just 1 or 2 acres that we're looking at. It's a lot of acres of land with regard to toxic, what we understand, Vajula. Also, the controversy saying that this land was given to HMT's control without denotification. So, basically, it has not, in fact, gone through the proper paperwork, and still HMT has leased out the land to unsuspecting film crew. And at the end of the day, I think everyone was in the belief that this was HMT's property. But the fact remains, like, on the ground, there has not been any kind of change.
Well, there is a lot of speculation with regards to that also, Varghese, because this particular patch of land which we are talking about also is being said belongs to the Canara Bank, which has taken this land from the HMT. Now, that detail is something that we'll have to look into, because HMT was given this land on the basis of their own work, and if they are on a lease, and if they are leasing it out again, it becomes a crime. And now, whether it is taken over by Canara Bank, or it is still with HMT, that is something that has been speculated as of now. But we are waiting for an entire report from the forest department, in which we'll get a clear clarity whether this HMT land that they've sold it to Canara Bank, or they've leased to Canara Bank, or how does the Canara Bank involved in it, and how is HMT doing all these things without any verification or control from the government. That is something that this entire report will let us know as soon as it comes out. But one thing is clear, that the minister has clearly said that this is the same 599 acre of land which is in question with regards to the HMT, and which has been defended by the former Chief Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy.
Right, thank you, Vajula, my colleague Vajula, in fact, giving us all those details. A series of controversies over that particular piece of land, and of course, the movie shoot up also being held up because of the land on whose ownership. This is a big question that is still being looked into as of now, and also it becoming a political issue.